Hey guys, for this video we're going to take a quick look at this little Keter deck box with a bench top on it. I believe it was 70 gallon. I recently picked this up on Amazon. I want to get it all unboxed, put it together, and then we'll take a look at the final product and see what we think about it. So first off, let's see what's inside. Here's what it looks like inside. Let's get all these pieces laid out and see what we have. This is what's in the box. So starting on the left, we have this black panel here. Maybe it's the backrest or something, not really sure. The spot that you sit on. We have our short sides with the armrest there. And what I'm guessing is maybe the front panel. And then another similar panel. The one with all the slats in it. Little header guy at the top. And 3 metal rods. And also we get 2 bags of plastic stuff. It looks like some hardware and then the instructions. So let's start putting it together. Now you see for step 1 we need FN1, MN, and then a couple of screws. And it shows how it goes in there like so. And if you look closely at the pieces, they are labeled. So for instance, FN1 is labeled right at the bottom there. Now the packaging has more than 1 set of screws, so make sure for this step you're grabbing SCW 11, and those have a Phillips head on them. So you put that metal bar in the channel there, and then you have 3 screws. And that's what it should look like. Okay, now this is good. We're getting a little lesson in reading instructions. So as we look at step 2, they want a bracket that looks like this guy here to go where I put the middle screw. So we got to take the middle screw out and then put this bracket in with the screw going through that hole there. And you can see the other bracket I already put on only has 1 hole. This one's got 2 holes, so this is slightly different, but it looks like that, and it goes right there. And that's where it looks like installed. Now for this step, we're getting the second metal rod that looks just like the one we used in the previous step, and we're attaching it to this BN piece, which looks a lot like the previous one, except for it's got this L to it. I'll show you here in a second. And it looks like we can actually put all 3 screws in this time. It's the same screws as before. So this is the BN piece. You know, it's got this L thing going on. And there's the rod. For this next step, we're putting our slatted piece, I'm guessing the backrest, on top of the piece that had the L, where we just put that metal bracket, and it just clicks into place. There's no hardware, but there was no clicking involved. It says you need 2 people for this step. Not necessarily, but yeah, that probably would be helpful. There's little tabs on the sides, and it says click. So let me show you that. So, oh no, directions are leaving us. Screwdriver wasn't enough. So this is what it'll look like. There's 4 spots to click, and the middle ones are the most difficult. We'll talk about that here in 1 second. So it slides on just like so, and it's these little tabs that you want to make sure are fully in place there. So one on that side, one over here on this side. Now the middle ones are in here, and then there's one right here. They didn't click real well for me, and what I found was the best thing to do is to push here and up underneath the plastic, but not on the metal bar. Pushing on the metal bar is not going to help you. You want to push on the plastic here, while also like kind of a pinching motion, you know what I mean? And it eventually clicked. Now we got to put these little feet things on the bottom of our armrest, and they're labeled very intuitively. I don't know what's hanging off of that thing. So LFR, left front right, left front left, left back right, if you can see that, and left back left. I don't know, but they slide on the back here, or on the bottom. They go on the bottom, little feeties. So we're going to do that. This is actually helpful. Now, hopefully you can see it, but each one is labeled, like this says LBL, so we know which of the 4 specifically goes to that, and it does click in place. You just kind of line it up and give it a little push. Now, I already got these guys in there, so you can see that's what it looks like after they're pushed into place. Next, we're putting these caps in the top of those same rails. So just push in right there, and they are labeled R and L. It does take a little bit of pushing to get these guys in. You can see I got that one. See the little notch right here? That lines up with this middle guy here. So that's how you know which one goes where. And then you just kind of push it in there and give it a little something something. There we go. And we're in. Next up, we got to click in the back spot. It says there is 5 click places. And we're putting the back on to the left. You lay it down flat. So that's what I got over here. As far as I can tell, we're all clicked. We're clicking big time here. Big clickers. And I think we're where we need to be. So next one, I think it was putting on this front one, but let's double check because we already made that mistake once. Yes, we are. 3 clickers for the front piece. Now that black flat piece that in the beginning wasn't really sure what it was for, it's the bottom of the storage portion, and it slides between your 2 rails right there. And this little thing shows it wants a little bit hanging out. You don't want it flush. So I got my front piece all clicked in, and I went ahead and put this in because with the wind out here, it was kind of swaying, and I thought, well, that's probably not good for it. So we got that guy with a little bit hanging out. I mean, I don't know how much hanging do they want. There we go. Well, it's kind of focused. Anyway, that's on. And it slides in all the way down to the bottom there. Now, the next step, we're clicking in our other side panel, and there's 7 clicks. And it looks something like that. And if you're 4 feet tall, this is about your height by now. So we got those all clicked. As far as I can tell, this portion don't click, but maybe the next piece we're putting in on the front locks that all down. Next, we have to put 1,000,000 screws in the bottom piece. Or 12, but it feels the same, right? So it's the screws that we haven't opened yet. They're smaller than the ones that we had used previously. And they go all around the perimeter here. Again, Phillips head screws, and we're attaching that. Now, if you look at the bottom, there's little holes where they go, so you know exactly where all the screws go. And they're the same on both sides, so you'll get it all figured out. 12 of them. We got to put these little clip guys in the back. They are labeled inside R and L, so you know which one goes which. And it shows in the picture here, you need the tapered end on the inside, but you'll see. I'll show you here. The piece is going to follow this curve right here, so that the wider portion is on this side, the skinnier portion is here, and it just pushes in. Now it seems you got to get it aligned pretty well because this one's been a little bit more difficult, but you see it, they're labeled right there. You just kind of shove this guy in there. You give it a little what for, little wiggle. It is plastic, so be careful. Now this one took a little shimmy shake to get that in there. What ended up working for me is using my palm to push on this side and then squeezing here on this side. But you know, you gotta play. For the next step, we have our last metal bar, and it just gets placed into the back here. It looks like it's the same both ways, so you just gotta make sure it sits inside this groove like it is right there. And then the next one, we're putting our front piece on, and it looks like it clips on, and they want you to seal clap. Got that front cover on. Pretty much lines itself up. It's going to go over the top of the back piece. And you'll see these little cutouts. That's where, just give it a little pinch and you'll feel it click into place. And then for the bottom, I just went between every set of spindles, whatever you call these, and just pinched it, and you felt a little click each time. For this step, we're putting 3 screws along the back to hold that whole little assembly we did together. they're the larger screws that you started out with in one of the first couple of steps. And there's little spots where you'll see where these go. Next up is putting our little bracket on the bottom portion of the seat, part that you're sitting in. And this is back to the smaller screws, like the one I have laying here in the driveway, which we don't want to leave it there because that's bad. But we're going to use 2 of those up underneath here. Again, you're going to be lining up the only holes that are there, throwing 2 screws in it, have this guy facing outward, and that's done. Step 21. We have 4 of these guys, which I'm guessing are these guys in the package here. They're going to slide in to the underneath of this, and there must be some little doohickeys, and you can see the shorter end of the, is that a trapezoid, is going to go upwards when this is upside down. Does that make sense? This is upside down, small end up. Let's try it. Got those 4 guys in. They slide in nice and easy. It's one of those. This could have been done at the factory. I don't got to be doing your job for you. But they're in. Now we've made it to the last step. We got to put the bench portion on. And they want you to lean this side in and then do the other side. And you can see how, if you've ever taken a tailgate on and off, it's kind of the same principle. That just slides in there. There's 4 total of these guys. So if you look, you're going to put it in with this gray piece standing straight up like so, and then you're going to line up and stick it in there. And then I went over into this one here, and then with it still up, just gave a little push to get these guys in each of those, and it's all done. You can see here's your little lock mechanism or whatever. I'm not going to lock mine. I'm probably going to take these off because it just seems like something to catch your leg on. I guess if you're going to lock it, you need to leave it, but I'm going to take them off. But that's our finished Keter. Keter. Let's see. Oh yeah, it held. I'm not on the ground. Well, it's pretty comfortable too. This is nice. Let's take a little tour. All work and no play. Don't be sitting on the job now. You got things still to do today. So, you got the side panel all in. Looking amazing. Pretty sturdy. And we can open this guy up. We just kind of lift it like that. As long as there's no wind, it'll stay up on its own. That's good. I think it said the bottom can hold 70 pounds. Well, there it is, guys. A little Keter for the win. Thanks for watching.